What's up, everybody? What? You like it? You like it?
I'm loving it.
Maybe I should just start singing it instead of actually playing the intro for everybody. What's up, guys? Welcome to Dark Frontier Session 16. We're rolling right on through it, having a lot of fun. I'm Jaso, your DM on this fine Friday evening. Who else is joining me tonight?
Hey everyone, I'm Bailey, and I play Neyts, the Lightfoot Halfling, Circle of Wildfire Druid.
Hey everybody, it's Luke, and I'm playing the Illithid Artificer.
What's up, guys? My name's Kevin, and I'm playing Cogman, your Warforged rogue fighter.
What's up, everybody? My name's Slim, and I'll be playing Rostin Shinjizuka, and I can't wait till Christmas, because Captain Bolt said I can do a cake stand out of thunder.
Oh.
Hey, I never said anything of the sorts. I'm Kyle. I'm playing Baltro Keys. You can call me a Bolt, I suppose, and the leader of this ragtag bunch of merry crazies.
Hey everybody, I'm Nick, and I am playing Ironhide, greatest GIF, Barbarian, Hulk smashing, skeleton slaying, Doom Golem destroying, statue, master, extraordinaire, pirate, mayor, captain, bosun. Oh, I'm so mad. But you're my favorite. Thanks for watching. Thank you, my little champion.
Thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate that. A quick thank you to Seranus and Perfect Frost Mage over the past week for following. Really appreciate that. Also, thank you, Queen Gore, for the sub. That was nice of you as well. Keep in mind as you guys follow, sub, or just lurk around and watch the channel, whether you're interacting or not, you're building up Twitch channel points that you can use to do all kinds of cool things. Like buy the party inspiration, a +1 to any of their roles. You could even eventually name your own NPC that would show up in the game. So lots of cool things. Go check that out at the bottom left of the chat and see all the fun things that you can do. I also want to quickly, as always, give a quick shout out to Lumen Arts, who's done the character art that you can see here on the stream next to each player's face for the character that they're playing. Lumen did a really great job with that, and I always appreciate it. Go check out his Twitter channel, because he's doing some background art with characters in them now, like full art with background, and it's really cool to go check out some of the other commission stuff that he's been doing for people. So go give him a follow and give him some love. We have stream stickers too, so if you like slapping stuff on the screen like Kevin just did earlier, you have access to a whole bunch of global stream stickers, and if you're a subscriber, you get cool stuff like the one he just slapped over there that is channel specific, and you can get a lot of ones that are geared towards this campaign. So if a character does something epic or not so epic at a particular moment, you can slap up their particular sticker and get the hype, the chat hype. So yeah, for Cogman there. As usual, no particular reason, just as a general piece of information to everyone. Knowledge checks are free. Let me go ahead now and hand out some inspiration.
Now I forget, do our good boy cards go away?
Yeah, they do.
Yes.
No,
So let me,
no.
I usually do that in between stream. Let me go ahead and recall those. I got them.
Oh, man.
I think it's just you, Ironhide, for inspiration. So grab one of those. Of course, you guys, if you have one that you're currently holding on to that you feel like would be better used by someone else, make sure and trade them now or forever hold on to your cards until next session. If everyone is good.
Between stream.
Oh, Kevin, are you going to say something? Nick?
Sorry.
It's okay.
Does anybody need to go first? Ever? Like, absolutely need to go first?
Sun Kong gets a bonus if he goes first, because he has a gym in his...
Two.
Sun... the robot. That was Luke talking anyway. It wasn't ill.
Cogman, not Sun Kong, but yeah.
Cogman, do you need to go first?
I mean, it's good to go first.
Okay.
He gets extra 5 feet of movement speed if he goes first.
Okay.
And then, yeah, if you guys want, after you do some card trading, if you want to grab that one, Cogman, we'll go ahead and roll some die to see who wants to give the recap from last week.
don't. Alright.
No.
Illa's gonna get through this fucking whole side story, giving the recap a grand total of 1 time.
I did it last week, but I'm rolling.
Oh, there it is.
Is that everybody?
Did I do it last week? I think I did it last week.
I think you did.
Yeah.
So it's
So
roll
yes,
off. We have
it's
a
a
roll off.
roll off.
Hold on.
It's a death roll from D69.
Okay.
D69 death
D69 death roll. Let's do it.
Let's roll. Do it.
Oh, already down. 43.
Nice.
Oh.
Nope, that didn't roll right.
Ironhide, what happened last time
Ooh.
on Dark Frontier?
Well, last time on Weird and Wild, or Dark Frontier, we set out into Lake Numb, and we ended up in this castle. It's a big castle. I choose for it to be a castle. And it was destroyed, completely broken. It was bad. And we found some cool stuff. I went with my Tin Man buddy, and we saw a spooky skull, and we didn't touch it, because that's a smart thing to do, is not touch it. And then we joined up with everybody, and we found the wizard. The wizard was missing, but the wizard disemboweled himself and put everything into a bowl, and it was not good cereal, not good to eat. It was bad.
These are the
And-
best recaps.
All of a sudden, that big golem, it came, and it scared my buddies away, and it was very bad. So the only thing we had to do was we had to fight it. So my friends, it bit my little champion, and my friends lured it inside, and I got really, really mad because it bit my champion. And everybody helped me out, and I smashed it really, really hard. Blast and slash, so cool. It's an axe, it's got a gun in it. Oh, so good. I deserve to be a poster. After we blew it up, we figured out that the crazy skull was a really, really powerful artifact. And then we decided to make camp inside the broken castle. Everybody's cold, and we lost our Krynos. I'm so sad.
Thank you, Ironhide. You find an expedition ticket, an extra one somehow, in your pockets. Yeah, you guys had previously found the remains of Calafel here, and what looks to be, from your investigation checks, upon a little bit of sleuthing, a pretty old and aged Vodani fortress or stronghold of some type that is quite a few decades old at this point. There was a Doom Golem, the one that you had seen previously in the Dead Frost Forest, that had approached you guys, and you initially ran away from it. This time you stood your ground and were able to take it on and take it down, and now you have chosen one of the smaller, little more empty areas of the dilapidated fort here to kind of take a little bit of refuge in. Were you guys doing a short or long rest here?
I think we took a long rest here.
I want to say it was long rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
We like fortified the area as best we could, and we decided to like take turns and watch out and make a
And I can
campfire.
stay here even when I'm resting.
Okay.
I've got the warding, which means within 30 feet, nobody can be surprised while sleeping.
So yeah, those of you inside of the kind of stronghold area here, inside the fort, fall to sleep, and it looks like Emma, you and Malik were on one side, with Ironhide and Ruth on the other, just kind of keeping watch out for the evening. If you guys want to both make perception checks, just to keep your eyes peeled for anything as the others sleep.
Perception check.
I'm so cold.
Can I as well, since I can see and hear when I'm sleeping?
Sure.
Wow.
Apparently you can't.
Apparently not.
Cogman is like face down on the floor.
Someone knocked me over.
Both you, Emma, and you, Ironhide, in the far distance, not behind you, where this small frozen river runs behind you, you hear the occasional creak of ice and crack of ice. Beyond that, it's just sort of like a rolling snowy plains that just kind of continues on into the horizon with a makeup of what looks like a mountain range off in the distance. You instead hear a noise that seems to be subtly coming from the other side of this fortress-like area. It's very subtle. You hear the occasional shifting and creaking of wood from dead frost forest that's happening quite a few yards below you, since this fort is like at the pretty close to the tree line of dead frost. You guys hear the occasional snapping of a twig or two out in the distance that seems a little more prominent, as if maybe treaded on, perhaps, instead of just the natural shifting of the wood through the wind. You don't see anything you don't see anything sneaking up on you or anything like that, though. You just hear the occasional shifting of what maybe sounds like some type of moving through the forest. Could be wild animals, for all you know. So that's what you hear. If you guys want to do anything with that, you're welcome to. Otherwise, you guys can continue your rest.
Should I go? Hey, Roof. Roof.
She turns. Yes.
Do you hear that?
Her furry ears flick up. I do.
Can you wanna help me look at it? Quietly?
She turns to you and says, "Just the two of us."
Everybody's sleeping. Do you need more?
Did you guys hear?
Oh, okay. See, there's more. See, all you have to do is ask. We're here to help you.
It's the wolf, isn't it?
Oh, it might be. Can you help us look for it? Can you do something?
She says, "Yes. Stay here." And you watch as she, using her very elongated fingers and long claws, just sort of launches herself up to the cobblestone wall here that makes up one of the walkways of the fortress area here, and just launches herself and vaults over it. And you hear the shifting of snow under her feet as she just sort of quickly pounces her way into dead frost.
Oh, I meant like we were gonna look, but that's okay too.
She just went off alone.
Yeah, I was trying to say us, but maybe she thought I was too big because I'm so cool. I can
Roof.
sneak around.
Roof. She's dead, you know.
No, I didn't want her to get killed.
Well, listen, if we don't hear back from her in like 15 minutes, no, 10 minutes. Let's not chant that. 10 minutes. Panic, okay?
Okay. I can't panic. I'm too cool to panic.
No. It's panic. First we panic, then we compose ourselves, then we tell Bo, okay?
I'll follow your lead, my little champion.
Okay, great.
So good. When was the last time you got head scratches? Come here.
So what do you guys do?
We wait.
10 minutes pass.
Oh shit,
she's
it's happening. It's happening. Oh shit. Okay. Okay, Bolt! She's gone. Roof ran into the forest. She hasn't come back. There's some snappies going on in the forest. Totally something watching us, and she's like, "Oh, I'll go alone and look. I'm so cool and wolf-like." And she never came back. It wasn't even a dare. We were gonna go with her, but she just fucking went alone.
Is it morning? Why are
What?
you waiting? What did you just say? Wait, who left now?
Oh, shut up, sir. I'm trying to sleep.
What, Ill?
Oh, no.
Another gun, right? Ill, wake up, Ill. Wake up, Ill. Hey,
I can't hear you. I'm asleep.
Everybody up. Everybody up. God damn it. Alright. Thunder. Cogman. Everybody up. Everybody up. Everybody up.
But the keg is empty, boss.
no, same. Alright, Emma, come back and say it again, but slower and slower.
Malik was standing but dozing off Emma, and you brush into him, and he, huh? What? Huh? He pulls up a dagger right at your face. Oh,
She's gone! She's gone!
oh.
Proof is gone!
He looks around. Good, right?
No, come on. I wanna like
Did
pull
the
him here.
did the Krynos come back yet?
No, they're probably dead. But so anyway, we were outside and we heard twigs snapping, and we were like, hey, maybe we should go check it out, all together. Like, not a dare. And then Ruth's like, I'm gonna go alone, and went alone. And then 2 minutes passed, and then we started to think that she's not coming back. So that's where we're at.
There is a crunch of ice next to you, Ironhide, as you turn around and see Ruth has returned.
Oh. You're back.
Well, mission
I thought you were my
accomplished.
favorite.
Thanks for nothing, everyone. I'm going back to sleep.
Another job well done, everybody. I agree. Back to work. No, wait. What was crunching in the woods?
Now, Roof, you're my favorite, but you made my little champion scared. You took off without us. What happened?
I came back, she says.
Oh,
Yeah, she's back. She's right. She didn't come back.
You
And
asked
you
if I could do something, I did. I scouted 3 winter wolves. They seemed as though they were, scouting from a distance. I believe one of them may have laid eyes on me, but they did nothing in response.
Let's nuke them.
Well, fuck all. Alright, well, now we've lost the shadow of doubt that there may be some creatures still here protecting the area. That illusion has been dispelled, so I suppose the next thing to do is go out and find a fight with these wolves before they report back. You said you saw 3. Could there be more?
Possibly, but there's enough distance where, as long as we keep an eye out, they wouldn't be able to get a jump on us if they got any closer. They do not appear to be aggressive.
Oh.
Yeah, what are we just gonna kill every animal in the forest? Let's go back to sleep.
I just worry that it's a scout of sorts and we're losing our competitive edge of it.
A scout? They're wolves. They're scouting for food.
Maybe so. Wait, you said winter wolves, right? These are the same. Like, I'm not crazy for making this connection.
No, you're not.
Okay.
There was winter wolves previously.
Yes.
All right.
with the snowmen.
I don't put anything past the enemy, and that has helped me survive to this point. How far did you say they were?
She looks behind and sniffs the air. 50 or so yards, 60.
Oh, well, that's quite close. What's everybody's resources? Are we tuckered out, or?
Did we? Oh, I would be tuckered on it.
Which direction is it in?
South.
Jason?
The Deadfrost Forest tree line is south of you guys, kind of off of the map here. She points out that
fires
way.
wildly into the wood line with just cantrips for like a solid 2 minutes, and then wordlessly walks back into the little encampment and tries to go back to sleep.
A loud ringing rings out as gunfire from Ill's weaponry sounds off. A number of tufts of snow from the various trees at the tree line, Ill, just kind of abruptly falls down from your fired shots. You see a couple birds lift off into the night sky from the sudden shock of the echoing sound. And you see nothing else as you kind of head back inside.
Hey, big guy.
Well, sorry.
Meow.
Well, that saved us at least a couple of hours.
Here. I give Ironhide a like an extra just bit of scrap, like a bolt, and I'm gonna use the feature for Artificer to make it make a noise on loop like we did with the ping before, and I'll have it do like a low growling snarl like a giant bear or something. Hey buddy, chuck that as far as you can.
Oh, is this me when I'm mad?
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe it'll scare him away.
you're my favorite. I like this. Okay. Just throw it south.
Yeah, why not? Take a couple steps and chuck it. See how far you can get it out there.
Oh,
Who stole my dabbies? Who stole my dabbies? Who
yeah.
stole my
There's never seen a siege ball player like me. Watch how far I can throw this thing.
Body weight into it, guidance.
A champion. Throw this thing so far. I will throw the device as far as I possibly can.
Okay. Give me just like an athletics check, since you're not trying to pinpoint an area. You're just trying to chuck this thing with all your might.
Yeah.
Guidance, guidance. She said guidance. Have the D4.
That'd be a 13.
Okay. You hold back and just with a whip of your arm watch as the bolt flies and sailing over the cobblestone thin wall ahead of you into the distance.
Ill's already asleep.
All right, everybody can go back to sleep. I'll stay out here. Roof, you want to stay out here with me and make sure that these wolves don't come?
She looks over and nods.
Okay.
I'm gonna use one of the bits of alarm from the alarm gem in my chest and like ping it like right out here. Or excuse me, over here on the side of the path. If anything gets like, I think it's within 20 feet of it, it'll go off.
All right. You set up some defenses. Anything else before you guys try and finish off your long rest?
No.
Nope.
All right. After having that bit of a impromptu get together, figuring out that it didn't seem as though too much trouble was on the horizon, perhaps just some hungry wolves. This area is littered with quite a few bits of refuse of dead body and carrion, so you guys hunker down. I'm sure probably taking turns occasionally, and each of you can go ahead and heal back up, get your spell slots back, and if you'll give me literally 2 seconds here, I'll be right back. Give me just a second.
Me too.
Me as well. 1 second. Be right back.
I'm staying right here. Are we still live? Is this
We are still live.
Oh boy. Yada da 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 yada da 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 yada.
I was gonna start being really cheesy and start hawking everything. Special thanks to our subscribers. You too can subscribe to God Mode and get new content every day of the week. Check the bottom of the stream for the streaming schedule. Watch all the different games that God Mode plays. Win streaming rewards and points that you can apply to every game.
Get
Special
sneak
thanks to
peek.
D&D Beyond.
I was about to do the D&D Beyond plug.
D&D
Guys,
Beyond powers our game with correct stat sheets and automatic dice tallying by clicking all of the links.
If you get Tasha's now, you too can have half of the features in the book inside the character builder.
Oh, well, there goes that sponsor.
Just a little bit for a tier. No. For a tier 2 subscription, I'll read whatever you want as an endorsement, and for a tier 3 subscription, I'll even wear the free t-shirt you send me on stream every single week.
Unless they want to pay God Mode, then D&D Beyond rules, and it's the best thing I've ever used in my life, and I can play D&D without it. I will sell out in a heartbeat for money that I won't even get. It'll all go to Jason.
Look, it all goes back into the stream. It's for everyone.
Yeah, there you go.
Turn our hate into love, D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
Did you guys heal up if any of you had damage or anything like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, I did.
We healed almost everything, didn't we, Luke?
What? I know everything.
Oh, it seems like, you and D&D Beyond got...
Oh, the relationship. No, we didn't. There's no salvaging that.
And even if you don't get the sponsorship, they're doing a special gift-a-thon for the holidays. That's right, guys.
God damn it.
Don't forget, if you got Amazon Prime, you've got Twitch Prime.
Amazon owns you.
Oh, my.
You know you got Amazon Prime. Throw us that free Twitch Prime subscription. You got to redo it every 30 days. It doesn't automatically do it for you. And if you don't do it, Jeff Bezos laughs at you.
Those aren't donations. We call them Bezos bits.
Yeah, give us those Bezos bits.
Bezos taxes.
Throw us those big...
A number of hours pass. You all are able to get your sleep and rest in and recuperate. It is cold out here, but you are all well equipped with your furs and everything after suiting up before even coming out to this planet, so that you can make it comfortable enough for you to rest and get everything, all of your resources back. As you awake, you sort of like naturally await for the sunshine to hit your eyes and remember that you are on a world that, at least on this side of the planet, is tidally locked and will never see light from the sun other than the refraction of it off of the nearby blood red moon. And you awake. You hear the sound of soft wind blowing in the distance through the creaking trees of dead frost. What do you guys do?
I suppose we're gonna have to hoof it to those mines unless we can somehow get our Krynos back. Oh, that's probably what those wolves were.
Oh.
That makes sense.
They were is probably chowing down on them Krynos.
Well,
High fives.
that sounds like we can solve 2 questions with 1 stone. I don't know how that works. Let's go find out. Let's see if we can find some carcasses or something.
Oh yeah, we definitely should if we can.
I don't know why it's pronounced carcasses like that.
Okay.
Holy shit, dude.
I was just going to go with it. You pointed it out.
It surprised even me at my age. I've heard everything I have to say yet.
I think Captain Bolt's having a stroke.
Sorry,
Not like this.
sorry, did you say something about toast?
Don't have a stroke. It makes the meat stringy. Let's get going.
Does it smell burnt? I'm going to check for tracks. See if we can track where the Krynos went.
Sure.
Would that be, I guess, perception, right?
Survival,
Or investigation.
please.
I ate him.
Would be the best.
Investigation? Excellent. That's an advantage.
Survival, please.
Oh, survival.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
investigation?
let's roll.
15.
With a 15, you are able to see, although pretty faint, some tracks that lead off heading what looks like, at least in terms of the orientation of the map here, southeast into Dead Frost.
Pointed out.
Maybe they just went home.
Is that the general direction of town, Jason?
You do see in the distance, although with some amount of distance in between you guys here and then the forest in the middle, you do at least see in the distance the silhouette of the tall stone walls that make up the outer rim of Chillimere, the settlement.
Okay, well,
Guess they'll be okay. Or they
I hope.
won't.
I think we should still go to the mine before we go back to town.
Do agree.
Agreed.
Oh,
Yeah.
did anyone grab a piece of the mage to take back to town and, tell him he's dead?
Got his bones, some of his bones, to go along with my other magical.
Could take his robe.
Yeah, take... Oof.
Oh, we
Does
have
it-
the book, and we have the...
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's
Oh,
enough. That's
yeah,
enough.
yeah.
We shouldn't probably show up with the tattered, bloody robe. Yeah,
I'll
he
go
was
grab his head if you want.
Nah.
That freak out the other organic.
I mean, I also ate his brain, so there's a big old hole in the back of that skull, so we should probably not take the head.
I mean, the face is still there.
Yeah, right. That's anyway. We're going to the mine, right?
Yeah. Califel was the mage's name, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, we got everything we need for him then. I got it in my notes that we got his book and his notes.
All right. You guys, give me some type of check because you know the general direction, at least when you're oriented in the settlement of where the adamant mines are. But go ahead, because you're a little off the track of where the town is. Give me either like a history or a survival check to see if you can ascertain the direction that would lead you correctly in the smallest amount of time to the adamant mines.
I know the way. Get. Yeah.
That part of my memory has become corrupt, I believe.
Oh no, Cogman.
Bad boy card.
No bad boy card.
Oh.
Because before this stream, Sarah redeemed a little something. Kevin, I need you to please roll me a D500.
Oh, we're in the weird.
We're in the weird, baby.
Oh no.
Boss fight.
Boss fight.
It's the gore weird.
96.
96.
Straight
Smells
96.
like sticks.
Let me see here.
Oh no. Oh no.
Okay.
You're consumed by winter wolves.
Let me see.
Transfer chickens.
You look down, Cogman, after feeling as though your hands have like shifted the servos in your wrists, and you look down to see that your hands look as though they have been inverted, meaning that your palms are now on the back side of your hand.
He's like a Rakshasa.
So I'm like looking at the ground, I'm kind of moving the snow, and then all of a sudden,
Can I make an Arcana check on that?
Sure.
do you guys see this?
I wish I hadn't, but yeah. This is...
Do they act normally? They just look backwards?
They
Oh, no.
they still act normally. It's just a little. It's gonna take you a second to get used to it. And yes, I will get to your guys' survival checks, but I now need Thunder to make a D500 as he comes over to check on Cogman's hands.
Wow.
Emma, were you doing a medicine check on his hands?
Yes.
A little tough to tell the medicine check because he is construct. But you get the sense that with maybe a little adjusting over a open period of time that you guys may have, next time you maybe have a sit down, that you should be able to whir these back into place, likely, although you have no idea how they got like this.
Thunder's gonna go over with his visor and kind of like a little beam of light's gonna go down. I'm gonna scan it. I'm gonna save this for research for later. Maybe this is really odd. Does this normally happen? Get like super close and examine him.
Can you roll me a 2d12, Thunder?
Oh no.
Shinji, we're all curious, but you gotta ask for permission. Don't just
Can't go grabbing people's palms.
It's science, Captain. I'm an expert with this stuff. I promise.
Alright, call it what you will, but get people's permission first.
You check out his hands, Thunder, and are not able to, fortunately, make a whole lot of headway with exactly what was going on with them. Although Emma came over and kind of pointed out with her medicine check that with a little downtime, maybe upcoming after your next quest here to head towards the mines, you can maybe swerve them back into their correct place. The rest of you are able to kind of gather this idea, especially with your survival, Emma. Or no, I'm sorry, with with your history check.
My survival was
Emma
25.
also had a 25. to
Oh,
be fair.
okay, then both of you guys. Yeah. You guys definitely know. It may even take you guys, Emma, you're actually with that high of a check, you're able to actually ascertain that you may actually have to remove Cogman's hands and switch them to the other arms.
Oh no, those are for the
For
tracking,
the
not
tracks. Tracks, okay.
Yeah.
You're able to easily define with that 25, Emma, that the tracks are indeed the sizable shape to what would be your mounts, and they seem to trail off into Dead Frost. With that 25, you'd likely be able to track them.
Oh.
Okay, well that would be helpful. We had
Let's-
them.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I thought that one was to figure out our direction so we could start heading towards the mine.
Oh, okay, I'm
We had
sorry.
already-
I'm getting thrown
That's
off.
what originally, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause we had already dismissed the mounts because they seemed like they were going back to town, right?
That's my fault. That's my fault.
Okay,
Let me rewind.
Right.
Emma, with your guys' higher checks, you're able to ascertain correctly, kind of orienting yourselves where you would be drawing a mental image in your mind of the area that you roughly are outside of Dead Frost Forest, and orienting that with a town. That you, if you guys head, you kind of point a hand up, and Emma, you kind of just swing your hand out, pointing it forward, and then stick at this point. If you head directly that way, which seems to trail along the edge of the forest here, maybe even following this frozen stream for a bit, that within about a 40-minute pass of time, at least on foot, it'd take 40 minutes, you should be able to reach the area of the mines to investigate this adamant mines. You guys haven't been there, but you know the area after having learned a bit about the town.
Okay. This way, boys.
Also, Anna, thank you, Anna. And what's up? Anna gives you inspiration. So go ahead and let me pull it up. I'm going to give you a second inspiration card.
Gives.
Oh no, the +1 for Jason.
And I get a
Who you?
+1 roll.
You who?
Anna gets it. I mean Emma.
Oh.
Excuse me.
Oh, okay, all right.
There you go.
Thank you.
So, you guys know the general direction. You want to head that way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
About time to hit the old snowy trail.
Did anything happen for the weird for me?
Didn't seem to, no.
Oh god.
That's the word.
I like that both of your interactions with the weird is so typical of your interactions with the weird. Kevin's got some weird body horror thing going on, and
Always.
seemingly nothing for Brian.
Give me dust bunnies, turn them into snow bunnies.
You guys,
Damn, snow stick.
you continue on for a little bit above the estimation, maybe like 45 minutes. There isn't too much that gives you pause along the trail. It's generally cold here. The expanse out beyond the river, there isn't much to look at all except the dark, dim-lit, snowy distance of the rolling hills that leads off into the craggy horizon. On your other side, heading in between that area and the tree line of dead frost, the occasional snapping of twigs and stuff, but nothing that particularly alerts you to danger on the other side as you continue to trail along. You soon find yourselves leaving the general area of dead frost as it continues to curve along with the road that would have led out from Chillimere, the settlement, and now find yourselves back on a kind of roughly trodden road here. It's less of a road and more of a path that seems to have been traveled enough to make the snow bow down and leave a couple different spots and tufts of brown dirt here, so you know this area has been traveled along. You likely get the sense that if you were to actually take this path back, following the tree line that's now curving, you'd go right back to town. But you guys instead, based off of Emma and Ill's pretty good checks, go the opposite way, and you soon find the trail where the path goes, leading and descending a little bit into like an alcove-like area. It drops a little bit, and out all around you, you can see poking out in the distance of the snow some large rocky structures, and you can peer up ahead. It looks as though there is, behind a pretty solid tuft of snow, say some 60 or so feet out, you are able to see what looks like a wooden sign that is slightly tilted at the top, kind of attached to an area that is set in underneath one of these rocky structures. Like there's a rock, that kind of formation that comes up and almost covers this area from the snowfall. And so underneath, kind of in the darkness a little bit, especially you, Il, and Shinji, you're able to spy this wooden kind of leaning sign that says Adamant Mines on it. And you're also able to see that behind a little bit of buildup of snow, what looks like a couple different pieces of what look like lumber or dead frost wood that have been posted up almost like a barricade at the top. There is a sign that appears to be underneath the wooden one that says Adamant Mines, but it, similar to the bottom half of whatever this opening, perhaps into the actual mines are, seems to be covered in snow, so you're unable to read it.
Can we like move this snow off of it?
Yeah.
So we can rest. Yeah. Dust it off.
So you guys head up to it, and kind of you reach your hands in and begin to pull the snow away. You notice that the sign that was sort of covered in the snow, that kind of sat in the middle, nailed to one of these dead frost posts, reads closed due to rime worm infestation.
Oh, I'm not a fan of that.
Oh, who now?
Rime worms.
Say it one more time.
Rime worms.
I'm still not catching it.
What,
Rime worms.
what do they rhyme with? What?
All right, this conversation's going nowhere.
History, survival check on it.
Yeah, either one of those would work.
I want to.
That sounds like a good idea.
Shit, I don't know about any rhyme.
Emma's an interesting name, but you have no idea. Cogman, similarly, who the fuck knows what these things are?
Wow.
Rhyme worms, time worms. Know what I'm saying?
What?
19 for survival.
Emma's making up her own history about the rhyme.
I also don't know what they are either.
Is
Bolt,
it like an intestinal parasite?
Blech.
Bolt, with your check, you may have never seen these before necessarily, or maybe you have, depending on whatever way you want to RP it, but you at least have the knowledge that rime worms are crusty slugs that are about the size of a standard humanoid. They're built to be burrowers through the ice instead of the standard just kind of crawling and digging around through the earth itself. And their back is kind of lined with sparkling spikes of ice. You know that they're a little territorial and do have a bit of aggressiveness, at least in terms of defending their territory. That's all you know about them, though.
Yeah, Bolt says, actually, they had one of the brochures at the town office on these things, and it just says those things and nothing else.
Ill, as you bring one more cup of hands to pull the snow away, expecting to see more posts blocking the rest of the entrance behind this tuft of snow, you actually look and see that the posts, sort of like from the chest high down where the snow is covering, these boards are completely broken away, and they're like broken away right at the edges, so there's clearly enough room for maybe even a large creature size that could even have fit through here if one wanted to. So it looks like something or someone may have purposefully done this. You feel a gust of wind as it now blows into the darkened tunnel that seems to descend down into the caves here. Also, why don't you guys make a perception check for me?
Oh, we don't have to do that, Jason.
If you want to.
It says here it eats acid pigeons.
I wonder what do acid pigeons eat?
Oh no!
It's one of the greatest mysteries of this universe. If you know people that will pay for that kind of information.
All four of us are just looking at the frickin' brochure.
Yeah, you guys are studying the brochure. Ironhide, you kind of look down this darkened tunnel and watches a tuft of wind carrying some snowflakes kind of glitters as it blows in. You look at the icy floor and you're able to see what looks like, it's kind of difficult to see because it's dark, but it almost looks like a reddish footprint, one or two in the distance, 10 or feet so up ahead, that leads into the tunnel.
Like red as in blood, or red as in like paint? Or...
It's got a deep red color similar to the ones you guys saw back at the fort. So Ironhide, you would surmise, without any checks, that this is likely a bloody footprint.
And is Ruth still with us?
Ruth and Malik, although not together at all, they're kind of staying at opposite ends of the party, are still with you guys.
So, that mystery ore, huh, Ruth? Probably, down there.
She sniffs the air. I smell copper. Likely danger up ahead.
All right. Well, let's get going, folks.
Yeah.
Is it humanoid footprints or?
As you step up Ironhide, you guys are able to tell that to continue into this cave, it is pitch black without any sources of light.
Oh no.
I have dark vision, baby.
Can't see a fucking thing in here.
You guys want some light? You guys want some kind of light?
Yeah, I need light.
Sure.
Okay.
I have a lantern also that I'm gonna
Let's see what I have.
turn on.
Oh yeah, I used that on a week you weren't here on Cogman.
Yeah, it's a hooded lantern too, so I could change the.
Oh, I got a lamp too.
Well, la-dee-da.
Light that up.
Vision.
Deuce flame.
I'm gonna light it up.
You
Nice, we should be pretty good on light then. That's good.
Yeah.
So, I'll ask about your light sources in just a second, but to get back to Ironhide, as you step up, give me some type of check to determine what type of footprint this is.
Survival.
Sure.
I'm such a good survivor.
I'm gonna do what I did last time for you, Ironhide. I'm gonna touch your hammer and just give it that glow, so it's at least just like 5 foot light for you.
Oh, can you touch this axe? I'm feeling lucky with this axe.
I'll do that one instead. Here you go.
Oh yeah, just blast and slash is so good.
What
Kill
color do you
golems
want it?
with it. Oh, I get to choose a color?
Yeah.
Let's just go with iron.
Molten iron. Gotcha. Yellow light.
Oh, okay. You're my favorite. 19 on the check.
This looks like it's muddied, so it's not immediately discernible. So you take a couple seconds and kind of brush away some of the snow that is almost hungrily pushed into this cave now that it's kind of been opened to where it can push inside. And you do notice that it does look like the deep color red that would signify some dried blood, but it looks like a boot print.
Oh, shoes. These are people.
Let me see a brochure. I don't think worms have feet.
Not worms that I know. These are like boots.
This is a long shot. Man, I wish I was trained in cobbler's tools. I could tell what kind of boots they were. No one takes cobbler's tools.
No, I actually did.
What? Do you know what kind of boots these is? Like maybe city guard boots? Like the
Work
kind,
boots?
you know, that was in the city?
Here, let me take a look real quick. I'm pretty sure I took those.
I was like, no one would be stupid enough to take cobbler's tools.
I love it. That's like the most obscure thing ever.
Oh, my apologies. It was, shit, it's right here.
Exactly. No artificer specializes in cobbler's tools. Nobody wants to be the shoe artificer.
I'm sure.
I think mine was masonry. My apologies.
Well, let's keep going.
Lighting, I adjusted that for Ironhide's lighting. Who else is using special lighting?
Yo, 15 and 15 more dim.
Thank
light,
you.
30
Appreciate
feet.
that.
Dark vision, 60 feet.
Yeah.
Dark vision as well.
Those of you with dark vision are good. Anybody else?
I have a lantern, 30-foot light, and then another additional 30-foot dim light.
All right. Emma, you got anything special?
I have 10 feet around me of bright and then additional 10 of dim.
All right. You guys have some pretty adequate lighting in this place.
And varied.
Yeah. I'm just making sure you guys can see this light here. Let me do this for you too. Bolt. So you guys begin to descend using your various sources of lighting. It's a bit narrow as this area sort of winds down. You actually notice as you begin to step through into this area that it actually is a mine. There's kind of hidden underneath some of the snow at the top, a thin layer as you crunch your feet down. There is like cobblestone steps that leads down and some stairs that kind of leads you on down. As you descend using your lighting, the path is narrow and winds just a bit. After a couple moments of traveling down, not a couple moments, but like after just 15-20 seconds of travel, as it kind of rounds the corner, continuing to sort of descend into like this structure leading into this rocky structure leading into this mine area, you guys peer down and do see a couple more flecks of what look like blood beneath you, and I'm going to go ahead and move the map to show you what you see.
Gimme. Jason, it's black. Can't see anything.
Bottom of the map.
If you will scroll down, you should be able to see.
Ping us, ding us.
Oop, hold shift and ping us. There you go.
Pingus!
Bingus. Why is there? I see a thing. I don't like it.
What do you see?
What do I see, Jason? There's something that looks like a turret, and
Yep.
Oh,
it's the title of the campaign. No.
that's the camera, so don't pay attention to that.
Oh,
That's the plot device.
That's the
we're in the dark and we're on a dark frontier. Check out.
You discover a feral MacGuffin in the cave.
yeah, that's the camera so the people on stream can see you. That's all. You notice as you round this turn here, seeing a couple flecks of blood beneath you, the mines begins to open up a little bit. Sections of the walls here that were typically covered with ice are open, and you can see spots of the stony wall that turn from a gray and seem to have bits of what look like very deep black, almost obsidian rock in the wall that seem to protrude a little bit. Otherwise, you see off into the distance what looks like a bit of a rock covered in some ice flecks down at the bottom in the center of this open area, and then maybe a path that leads north, as well as perhaps a path after that. Difficult to tell from here, though. So it is up to you guys on where you would like to go. I'm going to give you guys control of both of the NPCs, too.
I was going to ask, while we're going through here, unless something interrupts it, could I take a thorough investigation check of the walls and stuff to see the stability? Like, if we were to shoot a spell with a little bit of noise or something, or use a shaking the ground type of spell, something with impact, it's not going to give a cave-in?
Sure.
Do you guys want smell-o-vision? Wolf? Dire wolf smell? I don't know what I'm trying.
You only get a few of those every day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe hold on to old wolfy form for a bit then.
Okay.
Thunder, with your 24, observing the thick structure of the stone, which is likely much larger than you can see from the outside, and most of it was just covered in snow, and the counting down the time from the descent that it takes, kind of wrapping one of your metal fists lightly against the wall just to kind of test it. These walls feel pretty sturdy. You get the sense that with that check that you likely wouldn't be tempting a cave-in should you need to have some spells go off.
Alright, awesome. If you guys see any ore or gems, I work with the tools a bit. I might be able to get some of this stuff out. Maybe get a little side profit or some stuff to help build us some new gear.
Good deal.
Well, what is this stuff sticking out the walls? Isn't that some sort of ore?
Do I know what kind of ore that is?
Give me a history check.
Let's cross our fingers, folks. I'm smart, I know this stuff. I know some of this stuff.
Can I help him with a nature check?
Sure.
Don't worry, buddy. I've seen these before. These are diamonds.
Wow.
I think.
As you guys check that, let me just ask real quick. Those of you who have your sources of light, are those coming from magic items or just natural sources of lighting?
My hand.
Yeah, just lamps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it's another magic. Okay.
Ironhide's. Oh, sorry. Luke, go ahead.
No, I just said by special eyes.
Oh, Ironhide's using a light source from
Thunder.
Thunderfall.
Gotcha,
I think
gotcha.
light spell.
Okay. With your two checks combined, Emma and Thunder, kind of peering at this, you have to think for a second, but you actually remember seeing a couple different, what looked to be, they were in a different form, kind of chiseled down a little bit, less craggy than what you see here sticking out of the walls. But you remember back in the shop, back in the settlement of T.H.U.N.D.E.R, that the dwarf mentioned and pointed out to you guys that this black obsidian stone looks like the stuff that he had. It's called adamant ore.
Oh, yeah.
Well, look, we could probably get some on the way out, but let's not start making any noise mining up a storm.
No, not at all. I could use that stuff I used on those turrets on the ships and blast some of this out of the wall before we leave.
Nice. Now you're talking.
I'm wondering if maybe the mining operation brought on those little, what'd you call them now?
I don't remember.
Rhymeworms?
Rhymeworms, was it? I think.
You pull out your pamphlet. Yep, rhymeworm.
Rhymeworm.
Rhymeworm, yes. It says rhymeworms, yes. He read rhymeworm. Maybe that brought him on. I don't understand why he would just stick a sign out here when things were going well.
Yeah, it looks like they still have plenty of it to mine, which means those rhymeworms are probably quite a nuisance. We should move forward carefully.
Oh, look, there.
Go for it.
Okay.
I was just gonna say we should stay close now. Let's not split up. I think worms are often scared of things that are bigger than them. Just go with that. Let's believe that.
All right. You all go first. I'll stick back here with the captain.
And you immediately diverge.
Can we track the blood?
Good idea.
You do see some trickles, but without any checks, it does seem as though it just kind of disappears any further in.
I would like to make a check. I would like to make a survival.
Sure.
Would investigation work?
Investigation would also work, yes.
On fire with these survival checks today.
Yeah, keep rolling those dice, guys. Fish for those crits. Yeah, go on. Cogman, it's a little difficult to tell, judging from where the trail goes. Emma, you using a bit of survival, kind of seeing how the flecks may have dropped. Get the sense that these drops weren't likely from something walking through here. Perhaps something that was maybe taken in here.
Hanging out of the jaws.
You do notice, using your survival, just watching almost like a crime scene investigator, watching where they would have dropped, you likely get the sense, and as you turn around and look, you do see a tiny fleck on the side of the ice up ahead, right as the turn begins.
Well,
What's this?
This is an icy rock. You slip down it a little bit as you try to pull up against it.
I tell everyone what I see, but I just want to make sure. Is this a path?
As you peer up ahead, Emma, it looks as though this spot leads up to a dead end, but it looks as though it was purposely mined in because you see a pretty solid chunk of what looks like adamant ore poking out of the wall here.
Hey, boss, do you want me to drop an alarm back here? It won't make any noise to anyone but me, just so nothing sneaks up on us.
Well, actually, that's a great idea, sure.
I'm gonna drop my second of 3 alarm spells from the gym in my chest. Just kind of like right there. It does a 20-foot cube, so if anything comes in behind us, it'll ping me in my brain.
Sure.
Nice.
Brain pings, good idea.
Can we do some kind of check to see it? Oh, I see more blood. What exactly is happening over here?
Up ahead, you see blood that seems to have been trickled along the ground, and as you look at the icy, craggy wall that makes up most of this mine here, it's almost as if the coloration of the wall changes to a lighter blue, and this section of the wall seems much more covered in snow than some of the others. The blood seems to run towards this area of the wall where the lighter snow is, and then almost disappears underneath it.
Does this thing breathe? Is it breathing?
What thing?
This wall in front of me?
No, it doesn't look like it's breathing.
Okay, what if it was an animal or something?
First of all,
you never
horrifying thought. Second of all, we can burn it away, probably. It's just snow, right?
I have fire in my hand right now.
Well, maybe take just a quick peek around that corner first, and then we'll see if we can't melt this stuff away.
Well, I want to look up too. I want to make sure there's nothing like looking at us.
You peer up and see that the ceiling stretches up about 20, maybe even 30 feet high. You see a number of, what's it from the top, stalactites, is that it?
Yes.
Icy stalactites that kind of descend. But nothing that seems out of the ordinary. Up ahead, Emma, as you continue to trek along, you see
Not
nothing.
too far now.
I see blood.
In the distance, Emma, you hear a growl.
this way. Come on.
Can I do a nature check? And does it sound like a wolf growl?
You don't need to do a nature check. It does sound like a wolf.
Okay, all right, we're in. All right, you know, what were we looking in this cave for again? What specific thing?
We think that, the bad contingent of townsfolk may have taken our friend Meat and Potatoes down here for healing.
Malik looks at you and says, "Perhaps the demon, too," he says, swaying his dagger in the air.
I want to try just spitballing, just saying in Druidic, we're here to find our friends, we're not here to hurt. Just in case. And then I'll say that in common.
Okay. You say this how loudly?
As loud as the growl.
Okay. You say this, it maybe just a pitch or two higher than speaking level from the low growl that you heard out in the distance. You hear no response coming from up ahead.
Okay. Well.
Careful.
You hear the low growl again.
Emma, I say psychically, Emma, maybe don't.
Is it hurt? Is the wolf hurt?
Who knows?
I can see it. Is there blood on its white coat? Like, does it look like, besides its mouth?
From this distance, you can only see a solid tuft of fur around its mouth, covered in deep red.
Okay.
You can see now from this distance, although a little bit covered in the dark, you are able to see it is bearing its very large fangs your way.
Okay.
You want me to talk to it? I can talk to animals.
Yeah, talk to it.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
Do we have time for a ritual speak with animals?
No.
No, we don't have time for that.
Can you not spell slot? Oh, you don't have a spell slot.
I don't have spell slots. I can only. This says at will, casting time 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Would take a while.
I don't know if it's that important.
Well,
Go ahead.
can I I don't have any cool talk. I'm a druid and I don't have any cool talk with animal spells. So I don't have anything.
I say we blast it.
No.
Maybe we
Can I
can
try to
go-
do some kind of nature check to see if it's behaving weirdly for a wolf, or if it's scared, or if it's...
Sure.
What did I say? Nature? Or
Mhm.
yeah. Okay, 20.
With a check of 20, it what looks to be winter wolf now, hidden in some of the darkness here. You can kind of see now with everyone's lights lighting up the area ambiently behind you. You see the glowing eyes reflecting of the winter wolf here. It looks like it's laying down. With your nature check, it doesn't look hurt or anything. You also get the sense with your nature check that is not its blood that is around it or on its mouth.
Good to know.
Your nature check gives you the sense that it is acting defensively.
Okay. Then we're not gonna walk towards it.
Oh.
What?
Oh, I there's another one up those stairs there. I can see it barely in the distance. I'm starting to think maybe we should back up towards that snowdrift, see if we can't get through that.
Okay. All right. Thank you for letting us walk into your nice snow abode. Enjoy your dinner. It looks like you already have. And have a good, nice food sleep. Goodbye.
Please, they prefer snowbode.
Hello.
Bolt gives a short little whistle to Ironhide and says,
They ate my Chrono buddies. I'm so mad if they ate my Chrono buddies.
And we can't prove that.
That's
It's
why I'm
just
gonna
highly likely.
watch them. But I'm invisible.
As we're walking away, like right around here, once we get up here, I'm gonna drop it. Since I got rid of the pinging light one from before, or the growling one, I'm gonna drop one right there, like a little scrap of metal, and it can have an odor. It's gonna smell like the strongest wolf urine to ward them away.
Okay.
Duh. How would you even know what that smelled like?
Right? That's what I was thinking.
Well, when we were
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I changed my mind. I don't want to know.
science.
Bye.
I can help Ilma. I will help. God damn it, words. I will help
Jean?
Emma melt it away because I also know create bonfire.
melted away, melted away, melted away now.
You guys both create a crackling bonfire here at the base of this discolored wall. You watch as tufts of snow begin to fall and melt away, dripping down. As it begins to burn into the snow and burn it away, you see chunks of this wall beginning to fall off and shred off as the fires warm it. You begin to realize that this is actually not a wall. Instead, it was just compacted snow built up here as if to block the way.
Yeah.
With a passage of 2 or 3 minutes, the full wall has now turned into a long and large puddle that kind of runs beneath some of your feet. And there is a path that continues up ahead.
Fucking nice.
Uh-huh. Okay.
More snow to melt.
Emma, you notice up ahead to the left another discolored wall. And further up ahead, you can see what looks to be bloodied footprints, similar to the boot at the entrance.
Okay, so we're getting closer. And the boots are going on the way we're going. Facing.
Seems to be trailing along that way, yep.
There was this wall also.
Yeah, we can always come back to it if we need to, I guess.
We can stop now and
I'm more curious about these bloody boot prints personally. I'm just hoping that meat and potatoes ain't at the other end of them.
well,
More specks of blood underneath on the snow-covered floor. Emma. You guys also see up
So
in
what's
what
this?
looks like a separate room, more chunks of the black obsidian adamant ore poking out from the surface.
Oh, yeah.
Will's just gonna take a quick peek back here. I'm nervous. Okay, it's nothing.
Is
There's
there
nothing.
any that we can just pick up with our hands?
Doesn't look like there's any that can just easily be dislodged. It looks like you may need some type of equipment to pull it free. As you guys enter what opens up to be a very large room, you see more footsteps that are cleared out from the snowfall leading up ahead. It's at about this point, Thunder, that you feel your alarm going off.
Uh-oh.
Hey, boss, my alarm went off. Something's
Yeah?
following in.
run!
Which one? Which
Emma,
one?
wait.
Which one? Where? And what it is? What's it? What do you know?
It's at the front. I just know something came in over it. Something's coming in this cave. I don't know what it is. My bet's on frost wolves coming in.
Why would you say that?
Just taking a guess. If there were more wolves up ahead back there, I'm taking a guess.
Does it tell you how many, numbers, discrete numbers, how many people walk through, or?
10 or larger creatures, and when you cast a spell, you can designate creatures that won't set off the alarm. You can also choose whether alarm is mental or audible. It was mental for me, that's it. It'll ping in your mind if you're within 1 mile of the warded area. This ping awakens you if you're asleep. I have no clue what it is. It just lets me know something came through that area.
And you begin to peer around the corner, and standing with light reflecting off the wall, holding a torch, is a town guard.
Dun 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 dun.
Oh, hey, buddy.
He looks at you and says, "You've arrived. The others
Yep.
should be coming."
Oh, good. We're
He-
expecting them.
Looks to match the rest of your eyes. You guys also see now from the back that there are a number of other people, humanoids, entering into the area behind you all, kind of just following your back. Their makeup is various. They look like some of them townspeople, some of them dressed up slightly more defensively as town guards, and they just slowly follow you.
Oh no. Boss, this is bad.
Yeah, Bolt spins around and looks at Thunder and points at him. Them, you think?
I just kind of nod.
Oh, shit.
The guard looks at you and the rest of you guys and says, Come, she wishes to speak," he says as he heads into a very large open room.
This is where we die, boss. This is it. We've been through a lot, but this is the end of the line. You've seen this a million times. Death by cultists.
As you all step inside, there is a vast open cavern-like room. At the far end, you see icy steps that cover stone leading up to almost like a platform-like area. You see Briarbun sitting down, covered in just some very basic tattered cloths, where once his body was covered in practically third-degree burns all over. His skin is free of any blemishes, no scars, no burns. Sitting next to him, hunched over, staring at you all, is a large creature sitting in a spattering of blood. Its thick red fur covering its body, a massive jaw that seems to almost stretch beyond what you would imagine a normal wolf's mouth should as it opens and closes, sharp canines peering out from it as the maw opens and closes. It stares at you with blood-red eyes as you all enter. The
Holy shit.
town guard steps up to another town guard. And the creature in red stares at you all for a second. And in common says,
"Please, come closer.
Oh,
Let us speak."
What?
the last part.
it says,
Let us speak.
Oh man,
you now see from the back that quite a few of the townsfolk, it looks like, are filing in behind you. Just watching.
Let me just get out of their way here, Why is everyone walking up to the obvious demon? Ill says psychically to everyone.
Because this is stupid. Stop walking up there.
Wow, this is a demon?
It's a figure of speech because that's what Malik was calling it.
Oh.
I was just sticking next to Emma so she's not by herself.
Both Malik and Ruth are purposely keeping their distance. For the first time, actually standing not too far apart from one another.
I want to say, Malik, Ruth,
come over a little bit this way. Don't get sandwiched between the, a rock and a hard place with the townsfolk behind them.
They step over to you. Briarbone looks at all of you and then gives a smile and says, "Hey guys, it's good to see you again. I feel much better now."
Oh.
I want to medicine check him.
Sure.
She's getting really close
Emma
to that
just
large red wolf.
Scampers right on up next to Briarbone. You watch as the head of what you assume to be the nightgarm slowly swivel your way and just eye you with deep blood red eyes as you check out Briarburn.
That's a 20 medicine.
You roll back the cloth sleeves of this very tattered robe that he's essentially wearing, and his skin is as smooth as ever. No burn marks anywhere on his body.
We're too late.
I psychically project again. He's already been eaten and regurgitated like they described.
Nothing on his arms besides thick furry hair.
But is that necessarily bad? Did we find out if it was bad?
Oh, well, I guess
give me a demonstration of how healthy you are. I mean, are you still alive? Let's see. I like start poking and prodding and slapping him and just listening for a heartbeat.
As you poke and prod, he chuckles a little bit, and as you throw an ear up to his chest, you hear the thumping of a heartbeat.
Okay. Holy moly. Wait, so...
Did it heal like scars and stuff too?
Yeah, there are no scars, no burn marks, nothing on his body.
Would that be like tattoos and stuff too? The long term of this is I want to ask him something really specific because we have like a long background together. Something that Briarburn would only know from like way back when.
Sure. I mean, I don't know if you'd want to RP
play
that.
this out, but I guess I could just like give it a roll instead.
I mean, you can say that you ask him something, like I know what you're intending to do, so you can ask him something that only he would have known if he's retained his memory.
How about that thing I sent you?
He laughs and says, "I don't know if it's the appropriate time to talk about that stuff, but how could I forget?" He seems to perfectly recall what you're talking about.
I want to psychically ask Ruth, this is the result of what was on that Vodani ship then?
She nods slowly, watching the creature.
And our good rotund buddy Briarburn, he's been, well, what do you even call it? Regurgitated? Healed?
She looks at you and then looks back and says in a quieted voice, "Likely, if he's here." The massive nightgarm next to you, Emma, opens up its mouth, and it does that thing where it like in a Muppet movie or something, where like it speaks, but its mouth doesn't move perfectly in line with the wording. It just like opens and like the dragon from Dragon Ball. Its mouth just opens and closes as it speaks. It looks to you, Emma, and says,
He is healed.
How long is he healed for? Is it like a permanent thing? If he gets cut again, will it heal again? Or is it like a second chance kind of thing?
Consider it a second chance.
Okay, and there's no third chances?
His previous wounds, which were extensive, have been removed. I have healed him.
And there's no side effects? There's no downsides? There's no changes other than the healing?
She just stares at you, not saying anything.
Do you not get any benefit from it? Emma's like curious as hell. She's not like accusing this wolf of anything bad. She's actually more fascinated.
The nightgarm looks at you, Emma, and says,
Those who have died, I was made to bring them back to life. Though they are healed, they serve me from here on out.
Ah, that's a rubber.
So they wouldn't be able to go back home.
Something I wish to speak to you as a party about.
Oh.
I wish to broker a deal.
Well, that's ominous as hell. All right, let's hear it.
thank you, Queen Gore, for that inspiration. The nightgarm looks and says,
I have been watching you through the eyes of my false men.
She says as she runs a furry, long-fingered claw across Briarbun's head.
Oh.
I think we missed a word. I've been watching you through my false.
Through her falsemen, she says.
What does that mean? I look straight at the wolf thing and say that. I don't know.
The false men are the ones that I heal.
Oh.
Oh.
So they don't have a free will anymore?
They are everything they were in their previous life, free of physical injuries. They simply serve me, in addition to having a second chance.
Oh. And what exactly are you trying to get done? Where you need all of this service?
I was created this way. I am simply carrying out my instincts.
Oh. Okay.
I can see through the eyes of my false men as if I were them. I have been watching you all and anticipated your arrival. I am aware of your prowess.
Oh. You were the dwarf in the jail. You are not you. I mean, you could see through the dwarf in the jail.
No,
Oh.
She says,
I could see through this one.
she says, pointing over at Malik.
Oh, Malik, you did mention that.
Malik takes a step back, and you watch as the nightgarm turns her head, cocking it almost out of curiosity.
Although, for some reason, he does not share the others' affinity for me.
Huh.
Well, was he like your first, or was he like just?
Always remember your first.
You know what I'm saying, right? Like
He was the 8th.
Oh.
I say psychically to the party, and just the party, I think it might have something to do with the fact that Malik lost his memory.
Oh.
Reasonable conclusion.
And then I'll psychically say to Ruth, all right, what's the down low on this thing? Is this a elimination scenario? I don't think we can let this thing just run amok on this planet. What's your take?
She looks to you and responds psychically. I do not know. We should ask about the attacks of the wolves on the town, perhaps. See if it is the culprit behind this.
He was in here for that.
Sorry, my computer's like graphics driver keeps fucking up and like crashing stuff. I don't know.
No. She responds to you that she's unsure, and you guys may need.
Bye.
Oh, is he gone again? Oh no.
Hey,
He'd relay that to you and probably ask those questions.
Yeah.
Emma will ask. Okay, so what's with the town rivalry and the wolves attacking everyone? Everyone who's alive.
She turns to you and says,
It is true. My wolves attacked a few citizens near town, but only to keep them away from these caves where I slumber.
Were they going in here? I mean, if they were...
They were getting close enough.
But there's mines down here. Maybe they weren't necessarily after you.
Perhaps not, but I defended myself all the same.
I see.
You picked a poor burrow, one that a man made.
Yeah.
If you want, we could just, head out and tell them that, the wolves got our friend and there's a big scuffle in the mine and it got closed up and, maybe they'll just leave you alone here.
That is what I am looking to do. I have been watching. I know your intentions, yet I seek for you to leave me in peace. You speak of this one next to me.
she says, pointing at Briarbon.
Yeah,
I
potato.
will allow him to follow along with you. I will even allow you to take from the refuse valuable trinkets and items the falsemen once had. I have gathered them. I have no use for them, and will allow you to look through the assortment. Pick whatever you like. All I ask in return is that you leave me with the others here, and do not speak of this to the settlement nearby.
Well, can't we take Malik with us too? He's useless to you, really.
She looks over towards him and says,
This one has some type of fluke. I
See?
doubt he would be of use to me. You may take him too.
What's your name, by the way? What do you call yourself?
she looks and says,
I do not have a name, though those who tested on me named me the Nightgarm.
The Night Guard?
Garm.
Nightgarm.
Oh, Nightgarm. Okay. So your whole thing is you just want to stay here for the rest of your life, taking dead people and making them better again? As long as they look and spy on things for you?
That is my nature.
And you don't report to anyone else? What's the point of spying if you don't report to anyone?
Why are you giving the wolf ideas?
They spy for me.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, what are you trying to figure out? It's a pretty simple planet here, you know? People live a pretty simple life in town.
She says,
I have been able to recognize that I can only produce and control 14 14 false men at a time.
Well, that's weird.
I look through the eyes of my false men to ensure the safety of my location, as well as when the time comes and I find myself under the maximum number of false men, that I replenish my servants.
You mean like if they die or whatever?
Should something happen to them, yes.
And so what do you eat? Do you not hunt? Do you not need to feed?
I eat.
Some pigeons.
Oh, no, you eat dead people, right?
I also consume wildlife, dead wildlife found in the forest nearby.
Oh, did you know anything about that? The undead here? Like, you know, the undead things walking around?
My false men tell me of things of an undead nature, though I have not left the walls of this mine for several days.
Hey, I'm back. Sorry.
That's okay.
What was Ruth's temperature on this guy, or this large mama wolf?
She basically said that we should question it more and see if she's the one who was behind the wolf attacks. So the party started asking. She admitted that she was the wolves that were part of her retinue did attack some of the citizens, but she claimed that it was only from those who were getting too close to discovering her location. She did it out of a defensive nature. She also told the party that she is willing to not only allow them to leave peacefully with Briarbun and Hunter Malik, but she says that there is also, from the bodies that have been brought in, a number of what she deems could be valuable items to you guys that she has kept in like a clutch, as it serves no purpose to her, that she would allow you guys to pilfer through with the condition that you leave this place and keep her keep her area here, her lair, and her the knowledge about her secret.
If she had offered us items, Il would have been like, all right, so here's how we leave her alive. Listen, we get the items, we go back to town, we tell them that there was a bunch of ice worms in here that moved in, and I don't know, there were some wolves or something, who cares? Point is, the problem's solved, and we can just leave, and then we go back to the patrollers and we actually tell them everything.
I don't really see a problem with her anyway. She's just taking dead people and healing them.
Weren't we looking for meat and potatoes here also?
That's Firebird.
That is meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
Cogman servo spin.
All
And
you organic
we don't know what the
thing.
town is up to. There's parasite thing and the undead thing. We don't know what's happening with them.
All right.
Hey,
I got two issues with this. Number one, we know that the godsmen have actually brought people out here. They haven't just idly found their way through here. And then number two, I forget, but if I ramble long enough, I'll remember the other one. Which is that they're in this fucking mine that people have come from off-world to come to. I don't think that they'll be left alone for long.
Well,
yeah,
go ahead. Here's the thing, though, right? This planet's already off limits to people coming off-world. Now it just has another reason to be quarantined. We just let the patrollers know that there's this giant wolf that eats dead people and brings them back to life here, and as long as it can't get off the planet, we're in good shape, right? I mean, let's be real, if she had a way off of the planet, we'd absolutely have to kill her. Like, for real.
Are you ill? Are you saying this telepathically?
Psychically, of course.
And if she's not lying, it's only 14. Not an army, just 14.
Hey, Big Red. Does Project Offspring mean anything to you?
She looks to you, Aesop, and her maw distends.
Aesop.
I mean, not Aesop. That's my fault now. She looks over to you, Ill, her maw distending and drooping lower than you are used to seeing a wolf's jaw drop, as she says,
I don't know about a Project Offspring.
Okay. You know anything about this, didn't Ruth say that there was some sort of weird ore that they were mining?
Yeah. Not Ruth, but what's her face? The mayor or whatever.
You know anything? You know anything about this weird ore that the town's mining up?
she says,
The only reason to look through the eyes of my false men is for the needs of myself and the false men retinue I keep with me. The town's affairs I do not involve myself in. I do not know of the ores of this mine.
One last one. Does the word twilight have any special significance to you?
she says,
No.
Well, good enough for me, Ilso says out loud. I say we let her go.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good one for me, boss. Sorry to disturb you, Miss Night Ward.
Whoa, I still have more questions. How do you guys want to leave? This thing is taking... No. How do you know, Miss Big Red Wolf, that people aren't looking through your eyes? You were created for them.
she looks around and says,
I have created enough false men to provide me with defensive measures should those others try to come back and put me back in a cage.
The Rodani?
Yes.
Do you know what they're up to? Do you know the reason? Like, do you know any other information about where you came from?
They are dead now at the bottom
Yes.
of a lake.
I've seen them. They are quite dead. Yes.
I mean, I say to Bolt out loud, I mean, our mission wasn't here to come here and kill something. It was to come here and figure out what was going on with the Vodani ship. As far as I'm concerned, we have all the intel we need.
No survivors, he says with a big wink, a big exaggerated wink.
Well, maybe one survivor, he says, looking to Ruth, if she'll come and answer.
The nightgarm looks and says,
2.
and it points a long finger at Malik. Malik
Oh,
is
yeah.
holding his dagger just forward, not terribly aggressively, but he looks over to you, Ill, as if trying to get you to communicate with him.
I'll send him a ping.
He says, Ruth opened that gate in this thing, didn't think twice before it cut through me. I say we kill it.
Listen, bud, I get it, but you're talking to the wrong guy. Listen, I gotta admit here, and you know what? I'll tell everybody psychically. Not a whole lot of difference between this thing's behavior and my people's own behavior. So I think on a fundamental level, I'm kind of vibing with this red wolf. Listen, as long as we're doing our job, I don't see any reason to go flying off the handle. Malik, right? We'll get you off this planet. You'll never have to think about this red wolf ever again.
You're just going to let people be dragged here? Bolt said it himself out loud. Or maybe he didn't. Maybe it was all psychically in our minds, which it likely was. That some people were brought here alive. They have to be dead to be consumed by that thing.
Yeah, that's pretty evil. But not really in my job description right now to do anything about it. So, Captain, what do you think?
That was all psychic as well.
Yeah.
Il said that last part out loud.
Oh.
I just now decided that.
Do you relay any of that? I guess is what my question.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
He's playing psychic telephone.
An observation team, not a cleanup team. I'd say we get the stuff and go.
The nightgarm looks. Oh, go
Sorry,
ahead.
I think we interrupted Emma again. Did Emma have more questions?
TV static. Yeah, I did, but I don't remember. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. We talked too long.
The
No, it's fine.
nightgarm runs a long, almost elongated arm both over your head and nearly over yours, Emma, with how long the arm is, pointing a bloody finger, a talon, over to the left, and says,
The baubles, you may find some of them fruitful. Take whatever you will and leave. The only thing that matters to me are the false men under my service. Take your things and leave me here, and keep my identity and location a secret.
Bolt steps up and says, in fair trade for all the things that you're providing us, I feel it's only fair that I provide you an overview of what I think the town will do. I believe they will come back, and they have a lot invested in this mine. It is choking their economy. They are dying. And, they're going to need to come back, and you're going to need to face them again. Whether or not we tell them about it, they're going to come here.
Two of the guards behind you step up and say, we're pretty entrenched with the town. We're just going to make sure and spread word that the Rhymeworm infestation has closed this one off. We'll find a way to protect her.
That's what I heard. Rhymeworms.
Il's already walking back over towards where she pointed to the treasure pile. But as he does, I want to maybe like take Malik's hands and maybe try to like ease the knife down and just psychically say to him, these people were going to roast you alive for starting a bar fight. Don't die for them. Let's just get off the planet and forget this ever happened, huh?
He looks at you and says, were they going to do it? Or were they going to do it because they were under her control and didn't want me to spread the word about this demon through town?
Well, you know what? I don't think we'll ever know for sure. But the fact of the matter is, they was burning people at the stake probably long before that demon got here, and they're probably gonna keep doing it after. So if you ask me, town ain't worth defending.
Was that all said psychically?
Yes, 100%. Only to Malik.
At that point, Bolt's monologue starts saying, and says, people have come from far and wide, whether it's this town or another planet. You're gonna face somebody.
You say that to a nightgarm?
That was the end of his long monologue, yeah.
Oh, nice.
She says,
If danger rears enough of its head, I will relocate with the false men. Eventually I will settle into the settlement.
Oh, God damn it.
What? That seems fine. But she can only have 14 things at once. What's the problem?
The settlement's already being taken, it's already taken by people who have been settled there for a long time.
This is correct, but I am learning the hierarchy of the settlement. It will not be long before I can bring those of a higher authority under my falseman's sway.
I mean, it's nothing more than a pack of wolves roaming the wilds. If she's not gonna hurt anybody else, it's just nature at this point.
This is not This is not just nature. This is some miracle shit.
No.
Some weird kill people, bring them back, curse miracles shit. I don't know.
I'll say out loud, well, if it could bring people back from the dead, why shouldn't it rule the town?
Those people might be starving, and if they can't take care of themselves, I look up to the wolf and say, "This planet is pretty harsh."
Yes.
I want to make a history check before I decide to say anything out loud. Has there ever been a history of off-world trading here? Like, or they've always been like a type 1 planet, as it were? They've not made it outside of their own.
You can make a history check.
I can aid you with that.
Could I take an insight check on her just off chance to see if I think she's telling the truth with all this?
Sure.
It's not very good, but I'll take a shot.
Okay.
Ooh,
Hey, advantage. Before we
Weird,
move
weird,
on,
weird,
please give me a
weird.
D500.
You're welcome, Bolt.
Thanks.
17 insight.
Okay.
Can I kind of study the people standing at attention behind us just to see what they're doing?
They are just standing there as they would be at like a town meeting almost.
Okay.
It's so angry and yelling about something irrelevant. Is that what they're doing? I've seen Parks and Rec.
Okay. Nothing. Bolt. Nothing immediately happens.
Oh, no.
So just kind of going in order here, Bolt, with your history check, you have gotten the sense from your pretty decent amount of time spent in town here that yeah, these people do not see off-worlders. They are not used to it. Only the speaker of the town was just vaguely aware that you may be a bit eccentric in your makeup. Otherwise, it seems like everyone is not used to this being the chief, the settlement nearby being the chief trading spot on this world likely means just trading within the smaller other communities here on Chillamere.
All right. I'll let Thunders go, and then I know what I'm gonna say.
Thunder, with your insight check, you get the sense that she is largely being honest with you, although the way that she seems to be wording some things are a little vague.
Well, now, I've been to a lot of weird places and seen a lot of weird things. And if I'm honest, this one only ranks about a 5 out of 6. So it's pretty fucking weird, but I've seen crazier things. Nature's a crazy thing, and I think maybe miracle's not the right word for it, but it is the destiny that you have been shown. This world is encapsulated in a little. He's gonna go on and on, but he talks about the way that this planet is going is the way that it's gonna be. They're gonna struggle, they're gonna fight, but we don't need to add ourselves to that equation.
Hey, and Big Red, let's say you get your, what did you call them, foemen? Let's say you ingratiate yourself with the ruling caste of the town. What then? Will the rest of the citizens continue about their lives? Maybe you could reopen the mine and make sure the town prospers.
She looks at you and says nothing.
Well, I'll take that as a yes.
Is that a yes?
She looks back at you, Emma, and says,
My purpose, my nature, is to ensure the safety and longevity of those around me, even after death.
Oh, you're a den mother then, so to speak.
I do not recognize the phrase.
A protector of those around you.
Of my false men, yes.
what happens if a townsfolk dies and you already got 14 of your false men?
Should they die in my proximity, there is no reason to let good meat go to waste.
Well, I mean, they're dead, right? What's the problem? Yeah.
What happens to your false men after you die? Of old age, I'm not threatening you, of course. I just wish you could understand.
She looks at you and runs a long bloody talon towards the back of her ear that flutters, and she says,
I do not know.
Huh.
If we go off-world, how far do you know your connection works?
She looks to you, and after a second or two says,
I do not know. Though these two that you take, I will promise to not call upon them.
So,
Insight.
sure. Unsure.
okay, what happens if someone finds out about you? What happens if someone spills beans and they're off-world? What then?
Then I will use my false men to eliminate the threat to my existence.
But it's off-world. How are they gonna get off-world?
Do you speak of being in the stars above?
Well, yeah.
I know nothing about it, other than when I was confined to my cage.
What do you think, boss?
Bill takes 2 more sheepish steps towards the treasure pile.
I'm gonna go with him.
Yeah, I think we grab the loot and fuck off is what I think.
She watches you, Ill and Thunder, and says,
Yes, take the valuables that you find. Leave me in peace.
I think don't take it.
Can I insight check her now? Does she seem genuine? Like, this is
Yeah.
what she's made to do. This is what she wants to do. This isn't like schemey behind this.
sure.
20 or 19.
With 19, it seems like she is doing her best to offer you plenty of things to goad you into taking what you need, which is what seems like she seems to have information that she was looking at you guys. She knows Briarburn is your friend and stuff like that.
Yeah.
She seems to just be wanting to do her best to give you what you guys want and to get you out of here.
Oh.
I say psychically to Emma, listen, we gotta quarantine Briarburn as soon as we're off-world and spill the beans to the patrollers. Maybe they can heal him somehow. But listen, I'm worried if we off this thing, then Briarburn's gonna, and he'll just makes gurgling noises psychically to Emma and hope she gets the idea.
I have one more question. I know I'm asking a lot of questions, but you're a very interesting person, lady.
Ask.
Why would you bring? You said only dead things. Briarburn was pretty badly burnt, but he wasn't dead. Did you end up killing him?
She doesn't say anything.
Do you take people who are badly injured and not just dead?
I do not understand what you are saying.
This hefty, young, handsome chump right here, he was badly burned. But when he came and saw you, was he dead?
She's in a hunched position, next to Briarbun. She begins to lift herself up, standing nearly 10, 11 feet tall, and leans over Briarbun and says,
I do not understand what you are saying.
I don't know how else to put it.
Maybe that's a question that we just don't answer. That's fine.
Yeah, maybe we're done.
Okay, all right. I was just curious. You know, you should give yourself a name if you're gonna be a town leader one day. Come on, Briarburn, let's go.
I like Den Mother. It means you're like the matron of a group. You should call yourself that. It's catchy.
What does matron mean?
Female leader that has offspring.
Den Mother.
It certainly beats Big Red. Anyway.
Den Mother.
Briarburn hops down. As you guys head over, there is another, looks like normal dwarfish townfolk, although he has his, like, side chops go pretty wild towards the bottom. He is holding a torch in hand and says, here's the goods, and he steps out of the way. You guys see just...
He sounds like fucking the amoeba on our ship.
Yeah. He runs a hand that way. You see just, like, a collection of... tattered clothing, what looks like a spillage of coin down at the bottom, and just some general refuse that you guys can kind of dig through here.
Il will carefully do that, paying a fair amount of mind that some of these things might be trapped, considering we saw some potential traps in the wizard's old cabin in the city.
Sure. Between the two of you guys digging through here, I will list these items out. All you gotta do is let me know if you want this. Do like the X button to sell junk, just let me know. You guys find 4,300 gold pieces. Mm-hmm. You find a bronze cloth cloak. I'm having a stroke. A copper cloth coat. A Vodani talisman set with moonstone. A leopard fur belt. A tooled leather vest. A brass belt, and bronze bracers.
Let's take the talisman and the gold and get the fuck out. Do any of them magic?
Give me something to check.
I cast detect magic.
You...
Not as a ritual, I just cast it.
Gotcha. As you cast it, nothing emanates from the pile.
Okay, I say we take the gold and the Vistani amulet and get the fuck out. Vidani amulet.
If you're taking the amulet, it is 250 gold pieces worth in value, just in case if you want to sell it. As you are similarly digging Thunder, you pilfer through a couple pages of what look like frozen over pieces of paper or scrolls. One of them actually just kind of disintegrates in your hand. You hear the crunching of ice. As you try and see if there's anything of value here with this paperwork here, you find a couple scrolls. One of them looks to be a document of some sort, and you may want to write this down if you guys want. It is a document that mentions a place called Silas, and I'll put this in the chat here.
It was 4,400 gold?
4,300.
4,300,
yeah.
Okay.
This note mentions a Silas Thunder. It labels it as a Trine Scion stronghold, where the Witchlight Marauder specimens are being held.
Even better.
You look over the details of the notes. There doesn't look to be anything that denotes a location or coordinates to this place. However, there are a couple other, I guess you'd say, facts or pieces of information on this particular page. It mentions that the Scion population on Asilas is currently at 5,500 and counting. Another note on this page mentions that Project Offspring is showing successful results using the Witchlight Serum, and they will soon begin administration to Scions pending approval.
Does this look like Malik's handwriting?
As you take a look at this written note, it is in common. It does not look like. Well, I mean, have you? You have the other note, I think.
I should specify. Does it match the waterlogged notes that Emma found?
In a rough way, yes. One of the final notes on this particular page, Thunder, one of the last things is sending more Shrine reinforcements to Asilas.
Gotcha.
Are there any watermarks on this page? I'm guessing it's Vodani from the ship.
The way it is written, roughly, you would imagine that it is of some type of Vodani handwriting.
All right. Take that. Take the gold. Take the amulet. Let's fuck off.
You step up ill, holding the amulet in hand, and as the amulet pulls out of the kind of mound of mostly junk here, there is a wrapped up blue scroll that kind of just falls underneath the pile as it kind of stretches out underneath.
Oh. Hello.
As you grab it and unfurl it, it looks like a series of blueprints on this large open scroll. In the center, marked in a language that you do not understand off the bat, at least from the structure of what is drawn on here, it looks like blueprints for a large arcane device.
Ooh, could I take a check on that?
Sure.
I'll sure as hell give you advantage since we're both artificers.
And I'll take a history check on it, and I get a bonus on that for being a gnome boy.
Sure.
Good, Kyle.
Sorry, 1 second. Let me make sure I get the right math on this.
That's our other stream.
There you go. Double proficiency on it there.
After session, after our stream.
Members only.
History check? Oh, there we go. Okay.
There we go.
You have advantage. From
Yeah, I'm helping you.
25 total.
25 still not bad. You do not recognize this device, Thunder. Although, from your... What was this check?
History.
With a history check, it doesn't look like anything that you are familiar with. Although, with a 25, if you were to guess, it would be some type of... how do I want to explain this? You see at the top of the drawings that this tower-like structure, from the way it is drawn, almost stretches up into the sky. And at the top seems to be almost like a chute, almost as if something is meant to pour out from the top. Beyond that, you have no idea what this thing would be for.
Interesting.
All right, let's see here. So we got the golds, we got the amulet, we got Rodani notes on Asilas, and we got arcane machine blueprints. Looks like a smokestack.
Oh. I look back at the Den Mother and say, I have one idea to help kind of cover you up and maybe give us a little more benefit as we leave.
She watches you, waiting for you to say what your plan is.
You can say no, and we won't be upset. Some of the shiny rocks on the walls that the people were mining, we could use a little of it. It might actually look like some of the worms and stuff were bursting through here and might make it look a little beat up if we were to just take a little before we left. We wouldn't take too much time, if that's okay with you, ma'am.
Ma'am.
She says,
So be it.
I bow waist as best I can as a giant suit armor and say thank you very much.
All right. Quick question. How the hell are we gonna get off the planet if our ship has a giant hole in it?
Well, we gotta fix it.
Do we have materials?
Yeah, we brought the materials back to the ship.
Oh,
okay.
okay. All right.
They're
I got
waiting on
frostbite
us.
in my brain.
They're waiting on us, right?
yeah, you guys delivered the wood, and it's probably been like
Okay.
2-3 days at this point.
Oh, do you speak to the wolves? The winter wolves, can you speak with them?
My name is
She
the Stepmother. I speak for the wolves.
she looks to you and says,
They follow my will, yes.
Oh, okay. The way we're gonna get the rocks out might be just a little loud. I don't want to scare them and have them turn us into food. I just don't want to. I just wanted to give you a little bit of warning. When I do the thing, it's gonna be kind of echoey. 300 feet of loud, resonating sound from the shatter spell.
Do not approach their dens, and they will not be aggressive towards you.
Yes,
Yes,
duh.
ma'am.
Easy peasy. Well,
she says,
Leave the way you came. I trust you will hold true to our agreement.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get on out.
the others seem to move past you guys and step up towards the front.
Okay, come on, meat and potatoes, let's go.
Okay,
That is
let's
so
get out of
good.
here.
I'm gonna try to like make sure Malik doesn't still have bloodlust in his eyes, and at least kind of try to pull him by the collar a little bit if he's still kind of pointing the knife towards her.
Yeah, Ironhide or body block, kind of like line of sight.
It's okay,
Nope.
Malik. You're not gonna have to deal with this anymore.
At this point, Ruth also grabs him by one of the sleeves and just says in a low tone, "We are escaping with our lives. Save your justice for something more just."
Yeah, that's a good line. I like it.
Just justice.
You should stick with us.
Just us.
Alley-oop.
I'm just afraid that other to the party, out of character. I'm afraid that other path was just a mausoleum, if you will, to dead bodies from everybody else.
Yeah.
So anyway, we started blasting.
Assuming this might be the most effective way, I'm just going to use a second level spell slot and cast Shatter on the rocks, if I think that would work to excavate whatever we could get out. Just trying to blast and go. I don't want to take too much time and piss her off.
Sure. With the shatter, you all feel the reverberation of the rock as they shake and almost have to shield your eyes as the rocks just burst and sling around the room. There is a cacophonous echo that stretches out through the corridors here, off into the distance. As you lower your hands, you and Thunder kind of up at the front, you notice a number of pieces, at least enough to get like a good 2 handfuls have dislodged themselves.
Ah, sweet.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, what was the purpose of that?
It's valuable.
Oh, okay. We don't need to reveal that to the town that we have this, yes?
No, we should take it back to the ship, and I pound my chest once. That's what my suit's made from, boss.
Very good. All right, well, as long as we're not telling the speaker.
Hey, do we have to even go back to the town? I think we should just go around it.
I was just pondering the same thing. We nothing to return for. Unless maybe they'll go searching for our dead bodies down in that cave.
It's their prerogative.
Yeah, something had happened here one way or the other, with or without us.
We told the town's guard there what our plan was, so maybe, they could relay that.
Well, the town's guard was here. They're falsemen.
Yeah.
It's true.
They'll keep them away.
I'm sure it's fine.
I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure this is all going to end up great.
Wow, El, don't say things like that out loud.
What?
I can't remember if it was this character or another, but damn it, we don't celebrate victories before they're over.
I don't know, Il says as he's already splitting the gold 6 ways.
I'm already counting eggs.
How you feel, Briarburn?
He looks down and kind of runs his hands across his arms and kind of jumps up and down once or twice. He says, look, I get it. It's as weird as the next thing we've seen, but honestly, I feel pretty great.
Just a deep-seated fondness of a giant red wolf now is the only addition, right?
Yeah, strangely enough, man, pretty cool werewolf thing, right?
I mean, listen, I'm going to be honest, she didn't bring me back from the dead, but the efficiency of such a creature is almost as impressive as Illithid anatomy. I'm just going to come right out and say it.
I don't know anything about that, but I sure am starting to feel sad as we leave this cave.
Il wraps his hand around Briarburn. Now let me tell you about thralls. And begins to explain thralls as they walk out the cave.
I nudge Bolt and say, man, I don't know about you, but that seems like the highest compliment from an Illithid.
It is very similar to how the Illithid enslave races.
I suppose.
You guys make your way out of the caves, working back up through to find yourselves at the entrance. I'm going to switch maps here for you in just a second.
I hear the echo of Kaz and Aesop both walking out saying, it's perfectly fine. This is probably the right thing to do anyways.
No.
The gas system.
Kaz wouldn't care. If it was
Yeah, Aesop, first of all, probably would want to kill that thing. Kaz would actually be offended if somebody wanted to kill that thing. It is a superior life form. Why would you kill it?
Yeah.
Kill it.
It's clearly a ruling caste.
Clearly, it is queen among queens. In fact, I supplicate myself in front of you, my mother.
In fact, fuck you guys.
He swears himself as a falseman without even being.
Convert me.
I have some maybe too personal questions for you, Briarburn, about the nature of your relationship with this dear mother, but maybe we can save that for another time.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, whatever you guys need, I'm happy to see you again.
Yeah, same to you. Maybe.
Does this mean Briarburn's a furry?
Oh no, he is furrier now. He does have furry arms, right?
He's a pretty burly dude. He's got, like, you can tell he was with you in previous adventures. He has a pretty thick tuft of chest hair and on his arms. It does seem a little thicker than it was before.
Nice.
I don't understand the word, but he's definitely hairy. I would call him a furry. I'm a furry too.
Was Malik, did you always look like a gruffy wolf man?
He looks and says, "No, this was from that thing." He says, kind of gripping at the fur from the tufts of hair that his bandages were covering.
See, Malik's a furry.
Yeah, well, look on the bright side, Malik. You don't have that empathetic connection to her anymore. And listen, if you had killed her, it may have killed you. And also our good friend Briarburn. and also all those other schmucks from the town. We don't know what would have happened if she died. We did the right thing.
Bill, quit talking.
The right thing we did.
Please stop talking to Malik.
Malik says, honestly, at this point, I am less concerned about that and just more concerned at this point. Most of my memories return to me. I've let bygones be bygones, but who are you people? And where is your plan to go after this?
Why? No.
No.
I've told you everything about me. You've even walked me around in handcuffs.
Yes.
I deserve to know at least that much. I don't have a way off of this world besides you all.
Yeah. Well, good news is that we're friends. Other good news is that we're getting you off the planet alive. And other good news is that we're not bad guys.
Il looks around and says, we're wild knots. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Wild knots.
That's what we do.
You're common, run-of-the-mill, scummy bounty hunters with no allegiance to anybody. That's us.
Wild space mercenaries. I see you now. It all is making more and more sense.
Yeah, like those wild tycoon guys.
No, nothing like them. That's scripted. We're the real thing.
No. If you got your memories back, do you remember episode 3? Oh, it's not my favorite, but I just can't wait.
What the hell are you talking
How
about?
many times do I tell you? You can make 2 references a day. TV vids.
Il psychically says to Ruth, oh yeah, we're working for the patrollers. That's why we need you to come answer some questions. Don't worry, they'll treat you well. We'll put in the good word for you. Make sure you keep out of irons.
Well, come on, bounty hunters.
She just looks to you and nods. So what do you guys do?
I guess we circumvent the city and go back to the ship. Start repairing our ship.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Circumstances being as they are, we're going to take the long way around.
You guys begin to travel, keeping out at the outskirts of town, curving along its path, keeping out of the watchful eye of the guards stationed at the large wooden doors at each of the left and right sides, or west and east ends, rather. Keeping out of eyesight and making your way around. You guys are able to make your way around the entirety of the stone wall that makes up the wall of the city, and find yourselves now on the opposite side to the road that leads out into the snowy plains where your ship is. And as you guys are continuing to trek along, Malik stops and he says, I've been thinking about it.
Huh?
I'm a security chief. That was my job. I'm going to stay here.
Why?
Why?
You all have your own agendas, I understand. So, you're to carry them out. But I'm a security officer and I intend to do that here in town. Now that I know what that creature is about and its nature, I don't trust it. I think it is evil. And I'm going to stay in town and continue to do my work in order to make sure that it does not usurp power within it.
Bolt makes eye contact with Il.
Oh no! Is that what I'm supposed to imply?
I don't know. Are they on the same page with this?
I psychically message Bolt and undo the button on my holster. Just say the word, boss.
I give him a up signal, but not the down. So wait.
Yeah.
Now listen. If you're gonna start causing trouble for these people, that's not something that they're gonna allow. And if you start causing trouble for them, you're gonna make more trouble for them.
I think you misunderstand, he says.
He's trying to help.
My point is to protect them. You all have your own things that you wish to do. But with that thing, and no security measures for the town, it's going to take over. It's only a matter of time. I'm not saying I'm going to waltz into town and start screaming about demons again. I have my memory back to me. I'm going to work secretive. But I'm going to make sure that that thing doesn't influence some of the top-tier town members here. It's likely going after the speaker. I'll keep an eye on her. Perhaps I work my way up to a bodyguard of hers.
Bolt looks at him without moving for a while. Reaches back into his back pocket and hands him a knife. Good luck, son.
He's got 3 of our knives now.
I forgot he had one still.
He'll slowly do that thing you see in movies where he refastens the holster.
He flicks it around in his hands reflexively and says, I'll take all I can get, thank you.
Just got a bandolier of knives now. Sorry, I interrupted Sun Kong.
Somebody else want to speak?
Oh,
I was gonna ask him one question. I don't mean to be rude, sir, but do you think this is you or maybe her? Insight check.
Sure.
I want to see if this is her speaking or him speaking.
Oh, that'd be an interesting twist.
She's gonna have him prison shanked anyway.
Yeah, he's dead within the month, I guarantee.
You know that he seemed to have an aversion to even the mention of her, like when Emma turned into her red-furred direwolf in the past. But as to whether it sounds like there's something else underneath his words that he's telling you here, you're not sure.
Well, good luck. You're gonna need it.
You can do it.
Be safe, and if you see the Krynos, make sure they don't get eaten.
I don't wish him to be safe. He's still Vodani at the end of the day.
He looks to you all and says, take care of yourselves. And then he looks over to Ruth and says, for what it's worth, I'm sorry that you had to experience the things that you did in your past. I hope that you have a fruitful future. And he turns and begins to walk through the snow back towards the city.
Goodbye, Malik. It was pretty crazy and wild.
He turns and looks back and says, goodbye, little one. And then keeps going.
As they pull away, Bolt starts to muse. He says, it was interesting. We never knew him in his life of sin before he lost his memory. But ever since then, he's proven to be an upstanding man. I wonder if we all get a reset in life, if we all can be that brave.
I look at Il.
What?
Oh, well, let's go split up that gold!
Yeah!
When we get like a couple minutes away, I look to Bolt. He could just be staying here because there's more like chips or other reinforcements, or he could. They could just be coming back. He could have gotten his memories back, and
We're not killing him. I think he's changed.
Yeah. Bolt puts a hand on his shoulder that says, gives him like one of those patronizing, son. Now, I have never seen a spaceship go underwater then back out again, son. I just don't know. And hell, if they're coming back here, he's not going to be the one to bring them.
Yeah. Don't say this very much, but captain's orders, so I'm fine with that.
Oh, no.
He's Vodani, and I'm sure his brain is delicious. So I would not mind plugging 2 right into his chest. But captain's orders. We're a team here, right, everyone?
Of course. Just speaking freely, boss. That's all. I just didn't want to miss on anything. As he looks down, as you are patting him probably on like the shin.
Because he sits the profile. Son.
It never smack me someplace.
When you grow up, son, you'll be just like me.
Good times.
You guys trek along further, and in the distance you can see the silhouette of your ship. As you head up to it, you see the top hatch kind of pop open and see some of your other crew members begin to make their way up topside. Porg, Latch, and Crude. Crude looks and says, "Oh, hey guys, nice to see you again." And
hey, Crude.
Latch and Porg say, "Oh my god, you brought him back. He's safe."
Ooh. Quarantine.
100%.
Quarantine for the while. Quarantine.
Briar
yes.
Bun says, "Yep, brought me back safe and sound," he says, kind of flexing a muscle.
Nothing to worry about.
Yep.
My elbow doesn't make that clicking noise anymore.
Just want to make sure that there's no weird off-world, like, head colds or, contagious.
Yeah. Quarantine until we get back to
No open
operating.
mouth kissing, none of that.
Why would you even bring that up, though?
That's a weird thing to randomly bring up.
Porg, the other slightly larger of the two crews, says, "Holy shit. What'd you do? Magic?
What?
He's healed."
What?
Fuck. Listen, giant monster ate him, healed him, spit him back up. That's the honest truth. And the less you think about it, probably the better.
Well, actually, I was going to ask you, Brian, to tell us a little bit about the mistress. I was going to offer you to tell me, but if you'd like to tell everybody once we've taken off, I'd love to hear some more about her.
About the
Well, the whole experience, son.
The healing.
Everything.
Well, I mean, look, it's just as weird as you all are saying. I felt like being born again. I mean, my burns pretty much had me in an unconscious state from the get-go, doing my best to rest. And, I guess like a dream, it felt like I was being pulled into what felt like that mine, and don't remember much after that until it felt like being born again. And I had that nightgarm over top of me. But it wasn't like it was scary or anything. I mean, I guess it sounds like it should have been, but for whatever reason, she's pretty cool. So she told me to just wait, that she was watching you guys and planned to have a conversation about a trade with you and wanted to keep me safe in the meantime. Made sense.
I mean, it's pretty cool. That's cool.
Latch and Porg are like looking at one another, and they look back to you guys and they're like, "No questions. Let's just get home."
I have
Easier that way.
Well, I have a couple more, but okay.
No questions from us, sir.
Then get back on the swap deck, you. I'm just kidding. I don't even know what to call you guys anymore. It's been a long, rough day.
They say it's still a little bit of a fixer-upper, but we were largely able to patch most of the larger holes in the ship.
Sure.
To the best of our ability, at least. Should get us back to base.
Excellent.
You guys brought some rations for the trip back?
Of course we didn't.
Huh.
How long is the trip back?
5 days?
Where's the nearest place we can pick up some rations?
I think we had at least like one set of rations extra because we were only out there for like a day or two. Remember, we grabbed some right before we left, so we may have like a day or two.
Hey, listen, we picked up a big jug of oil. Let's have 2 people go back to town real quick. Not raise any sort of suspicion. Just go right to the adventuring store, hand over the oil for all the rations it'll buy.
Yeah, we have these warm winter clothes that hides our face.
Yeah, boom.
Okay.
Boy,
Sure.
reasonable enough. Who's going?
I'll do it. I'll do it. Me.
I'll do it, Crude says, raising his amoeba
Bolt
hand.
keeps like putting his back to Emma, and then
I will take it.
is anybody offering? Anybody at all?
Cogman
Anybody
speaks
wanna
up.
I will take it down.
Okay, I guess. Being Cogman, and if anybody else wants to come.
Yes.
Alright, let's roll, Crude says.
No.
There's no disguising that.
Wait, what? I would like to accompany you into this town.
Ew, how do we put this?
Crude, you don't look like a humanoid, and they will burn us all at the stake because of it.
What?
Yeah.
This town sounds like a bunch of racists. Why did you even associate with any of them?
See, that's what I'm saying.
We had to eat. Where else are we gonna go for our ship and all our stuff?
Ugh. It's like buying food from a bunch of racists, I guess. You should buy them out of all of their rations if that's the case. Maybe they'll think about their extreme prejudice when they go a little hungry, huh?
I'm sure they're gonna have theirs coming their way in a matter of no time.
You sounded very ominous as you said that, but I have no idea what you're speaking about.
Crude, stop talking to me. Go down to the basement.
Alright. Well, luckily, good thing for me, I don't need any rations. I just wanted to tag along and see what those people are up to.
You don't want to do that.
Nothing good. Hey, listen, the rest of us will stay and guard the ship and make sure no one else gets pawned off on random traveling medics.
Well, that's great. That's a great relief. All right, come on.
Run into Malik again? Oh, that'd be so funny. Hey, Malik, nice dramatic leaving the scene. Guess what? We're back. We forgot food.
You, Bolt, and Emma, anybody else, Cogman too, I think?
Yep.
Head back into town while the others stay back on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Some time passes. Emma, you, Bolt, and Cogman, kind of using your furs to cover yourselves. Don't run into any trouble at the town gates. You're ushered in. And you're able to get to the adventure and supply. And buy... How much oil did you have?
It's 250 gold's worth of oil.
Yep.
Oh god. What's a fucking ration worth?
It's a couple silver, I believe.
I mean, how many do you want, I think is the better question.
0.5 gold.
Oh,
5 days, yeah.
Okay. So, let's see here. Yeah, it's 5 SP, so... I mean, for each of you, so that's like what? 2, 4, 6,
So
8,
for
10.
to feed 4 of us for a week, it's a gold.
Okay.
Hey, just buy some extra adamantine. Just whatever else we can afford, right?
Clear out the store.
Do they have any?
At the general store they did. They had a big pile of it. That's how we first found out about it.
Yeah, true enough. All right. Let's do, say, 200 and... Oh, shit. 225 of adamantine. What's that get us?
He looks and says, that'd probably get you enough to make sure and forge a smaller piece of equipment on yourselves made of adamantine. Of course, you're gonna need a expert blacksmith to do it. He says, I'm happy if you want to set up for a night or two. I'll get that ready for you.
Oh, it's okay. We know a guy, so we'll take care of it.
All right, fair enough. And he kind of hands you a couple handfuls of it.
Excellent. And then we'll take, what'd that be? a bunch of rations. The rest in rations.
What is
Enough.
that? 25 GP left over?
Yeah.
25?
Which would be like 100 people, which would be 100 people for 7 days.
Yeah, you guys have a ton of rations.
Yeah.
Nice.
As they are doing this, does anybody back on the ship want to do anything in particular, or just wait for them to return?
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say use the cantrip version of mending and try to make sure that the ship isn't falling apart. Just help repair and make sure it's good.
Sure. You kind of step on over and run one of your steel armed metal gauntlets up and begin to slowly work still what is a lot of like creaks and cracks. You guys chop the wood. It's just not perfect wood to fit in with the ship, so it's kind of like a pretty bad paste job that the crew did on the ship to the best of their ability. By running your hand over, you slowly begin to heal some of the cracks. You get the sense that within 5 days' time, with you working on it along with the rest of the crew, you could probably mend this up. If not, probably back at base. It's not long before the others return, and you guys find yourselves reuniting again.
Yeah, the only thing I would say would be, Ruth, what's the plan now?
These patrollers, you trust them?
I work for them, and they paid me well so far. I think you can trust them to not throw you in jail as soon as they're done with you.
You said they may ask me some questions. You believe afterwards they will release me?
I think so. I mean, look at me. I'm a fucking Illithid. They let me walk around.
You spoke of wild knots, she says, turning to the group. Who are these wild knots?
Shinji, go ahead. I'll give you a lift on your 2 references.
The path.
Oh man. Oh jeez.
I'm just gonna go I'm gonna go.
I put my giant steel arm around him. Well, it all started in season 1. A small group of wonderstruck adventurers seeking glory and fame, and he dictates the whole first season of Weird and Wild that was recorded.
You go through at the end of this long spiel as you guys begin to get set up here. Who is going to be driving the ship, or piloting the ship rather?
I'll get the hell out of here. I mean, I'll pilot the ship.
Alright, you pop over to the Spelljammer helm and begin to take off. Everyone else begins to kind of man the top deck, getting it ready for takeoff. At the end of your spiel, as the Spelljammer begins to take off and begins its journey back to the Scoria Fob, Ruth says,
So, they adventure out there on their own, finding their own destiny.
Yeah, they're pretty special.
Perhaps I will find my own way similar to theirs at some point then, she said.
You know, I was just gonna say, I think mercenary work could suit you.
she looks at you, Will, and says,
I would say the same of you.
Yeah. One day I'll get tired of the old rank and file. At least after the pay dries up.
If you ever meet him and we meet again, tell him I'm a big fan, or get an autograph or something, please.
Jesus.
What can a retired Illithid even do?
What do you mean?
What?
The retirement?
Oh yeah, so instead of like sitting in a park bench feeding squirrels and birds, you just sit there and then eat the squirrels and birds, right?
No, I don't eat little animals. What's wrong with you? Ugh.
That's
I don't understand you mammals. Anyway.
Oh, you could tour as a master chef of the galaxy.
the camera
Listen.
stays in place as the ship continues to travel off into the distance in the stars.
I was going to say, Bolt flies into the one branch that's out there. Oh, sorry, guys.
I think that's probably a good place to stop. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like a good stopping place.
Yeah.
Leaving Hell Planet behind? Yes.
So with that, you take off in the mostly repaired squid ship headed back towards the Scoria Fob to report your findings as Arc 2 of this mini season comes to a close. Next week, we're going to take a week off because that is Crimmy time for everyone. So we will be out a week. We may return. I mean, we'll talk about that after stream in terms of what happens the week after. We'll talk about that after stream. However, I do want to say for everyone, at least on stream here, between these weeks off here, level up to level 7. It's level 7 time.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yes, in the meantime, for those of you who are watching the stream, thank you so much. Thank you, Queen Gore, for stopping in and buying some things. There was an effect that Thunder did that I will say you guys didn't immediately know its effect. And you guys didn't really make use of any magical items that you had on your persons. But if things was to go south and you guys were to find yourselves in combat in those mines, you would have realized that all of your magic items for another 10 hours no longer worked.
Oh, we would have died. My guns are magic. I would have had nothing.
Yeah.
I would have just been dead immediately.
It would have been pretty bad.
Yeah. Click. I'm on a truce.
Die, you bitch. Click. All right, truce.
What was on the other path? Was that just to the wolf den, to her den, or was there like a pile of dead bodies?
You mean like on the path that reaches around to the right?
Yeah.
Spoilery, but if you guys want to know, I'll tell you.
I want to know.
Hey, with it.
It was a big mass of piled bones and blood.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, we kind of put together that she was just killing folk. Yeah. But that wasn't our mission. Our mission was to get the info, which we did.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished.
If you're interested, go watch the VOD or the YouTube when I upload it. Because as you guys were talking about it, I scrolled the camera over there and zoomed in really close at the big pile of blood and bones.
It's amazing.
So yeah, that's it. All of you who stopped by and lurked, I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this content, please give the channel a like or maybe even a subscription. All of that will go back into the stream for all the Roll20 money I blow on stuff at the marketplace. We're going to be out next week, but keep an eye on my Twitter at GAWD_mode. I have some fun surprises in store this upcoming week in terms of a new giveaway, a new show, and a new campaign that everyone here knows about, but you guys will have an opportunity to find out about. So go check that out. All of my social stuff is the same, GAWD_mode. That's a Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the standard stuff. And I keep it actually here as a panel on the Twitch, just so that you can easily see it in the About section. If you missed any of this, it's all uploaded here on the VODs or over on our YouTube. Go check it out and get caught up. This is the end of Arc 2, so I'm actually going to do, in between our longer break here, I'm going to do similarly how we did one for the end of Arc 1. I'm going to do like a recap episode for you guys, as well as the audience, so they can kind of get caught up on the overall branching story of everything that's happened here on Chillimere. Did you guys have fun on this planet? Was it enjoyable?
Yeah.
Mixed bag.
Should have gone to the mayor first. That's all I'm saying. Should have gone to the mayor first. So yeah,
It turned out fun.
good. I'm glad that in the end it turned out fun. That's good.
The journey was fun, though the steps were painful.
Okay. Well, look, I'll take it. Whatever constructive criticism you got, let me hear it. So yes, we're gonna head out in the meantime. Have safe holidays. I'll still be streaming, probably Monday, maybe even Wednesday. So come check me out. I do like behind the screen stuff, and some other fun TTRPG related stuff. I may do some cyberpunk stuff too, in between taking pictures of my naked avatar. So come check that out too. Apparently Twitch just lets you stream the game nudity on, so come check it out. I don't know why, but I guess it's just too big to try and censor anything. So if you want to see boobs, maybe watch out for a Cyberpunk stream from me. In the meantime, thank you everybody for hanging out with us. I really appreciate it. We're going to head out. In the meantime, stay safe. Don't get COVID. Have a Merry Christmas. And I'll let you know about if we're going to come back the following week for New Year's Day. In the meantime, bye everybody.
Bye.